Hi everybody, welcome and welcome back. My name is Kimiko Sumi, and today I'm here to do a video about Hollywood and how a lot of people seem to be so jealous of celebrities and want them to fall from grace and fame and fortune. And they say all this stuff about Hollywood being Hollyweird and how they're doing all this evil stuff. But then here's the thing: the average person in everyday life that's not a movie star or whatever, they're doing worse for next to nothing. There used to be this post on Facebook that used to circulate on Facebook a lot with Denzel Washington on the picture. Okay. And it used to say, I don't know if Denzel said this or not, but it used to say, people will drop a dime. Folks will drop a dime on you for $1. And guess who does that? Guess who that sounds more like? The average person. Like, they'll do a lot of evil for nothing almost, or even just no reason. Just be doing it. And then they have the nerve to put down celebrities. Yeah, I know they're not all good people. We know that. We know there's a lot of bad people in general. In every sector of finances or income, but but the average person, the only reason why they want to speak bad about Hollywood, or how they call it Hollyweird, which I'm not saying that they ain't got weird parts, but there's weird parts everywhere in this world. There's weird parts all around America. It's just as weird as Hollyweird or Hollywood, okay? I don't really see too much weird about it, other than the fact that it's just regular nobodies on the street doing what they do everywhere else, which is scam and get over on people and try to get something for nothing, okay? Or try to and like that post said with Denzel Washington, try to drop a dime on somebody for $1. The roundaway person does that. So they want to sit there and come at Hollywood entertainers and stuff, and a lot of them be really trying to be perfect. A lot of the time, I really do sense good energy from at least a lot of them. I'm not going to say most, and I'm damn sure not going to say all, but many of them, they seem to have better energy than the average person. And remember, I've lived in Hollywood. Not lived in Hollywood, but I used to go around there a lot, like Los Angeles. I used to go to the parts where it was actually people that were probably in the entertainment business. Now, I've never actually met a celebrity in Hollywood. I've seen them from afar, and during my, when I would go to the Friendship Center, which is my Buddhist center, and I would see Herbie Hancock. I've seen him once or twice at the Friendship Center, and also at in Anaheim for our gatherings, our Buddhist gatherings, because he is a Buddhist too. He's a jazz singer, a jazz artist, but he is a celebrity. But anyway, so my thing is, I've never actually seen celebrities, and I never would just go, and I would never. Hold up real quick, y'all. You see what I'm saying? Hold on. So I have to get up. I mean, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to discuss that, but because anything can trigger people regardless. But anyway, I'm just going to say this, y'all. So, basically that just goes to show average people will drop a dime on somebody for $1 or for nothing at times too. So that just proved my point in the background, by the way. I don't really know if he was trying to do that or not, but they do a lot of stuff for next to nothing or for no reason at all. People do this in general. Even celebrities do it too, but the average fucking nobody, to me, cannot be talking about no Hollywood celebrity. Or if at all, honestly, because they do worse for nothing. Okay? And they're just jealous of them people because them people got money. I'm not a celebrity, but I mean, I kind of am, because I am Nefertiti, so I understand that. But right now, in reality, I'm just an average, everyday person, so I can see them for what they are. I see the difference. I've been around like people who have been in the entertainment industry, even though I probably didn't know who they were or whatever in passing, but I never really went out my way to see a celebrity like that. I just, would just be out and about. I never really tried to be a celebrity, y'all. Like, I don't really try hard to be in the entertainment world, and I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be that hard if I put in a little bit more effort. If I really wanted to, I could. But I'm not really tripping on that. I don't mind just living like a average life in privacy, just comfortably. You know what I'm saying? I'm not asking for all that, but I do know that the average person is a huge hater when it comes to celebrities, and the only reason why they want them people to fail is because they perceive them to have an easier life. They perceive them to be beautiful and attractive and to have everything that they want. It's not because they think they're weird, because if that was the case, then celebrities could definitely say the average person was weirder. If you ask me, the average person is way more strange, or simply can't talk. Okay? Now they're just jealous of celebrities. I'm not jealous of them, and it's not even like I see myself as one of them, but I'm not jealous of them. Like, I respect them. They don't really have it easy. That's another thing. They just got a different type of career. They have to maintain a specific appearance. They have to, like, damn near be perfect. They're expected to be perfect by the rest of society that shouldn't be talking anyway. And I said this in another video the other day, but I know I want to be perfect too, but I'm not really trying to be famous. I would welcome it as long as it's with money, but I'm not desperate for that. I'm not desperate for that, y'all. Like I said, I wouldn't mind just having a comfortable life, like, just doing good. Look at that beautiful butterfly. It's yellow. Oh, but anyway, like, that gives me hope. And I just really, people don't realize how abusive they really are to celebrities. They got feelings too. You don't think that you're hurting their feelings. You don't think that they're bettering themselves. That's another thing. People attack celebrities about plastic surgery and stuff. Maybe the comments that you made about them in the past made them, want to get that extra surgery, which I'm not saying it's okay, and you should love yourself. But what have you ever thought about what a person might have said to somebody and it's crazy. It's insensitive to say, I don't know why they did that to themselves. They was pretty before, but then they'll be the same ones that would have said something before they got their surgery. That's the ironic thing about it. As if they're intentionally being sociopathic or just intentionally being cruel. They perceive them people to have an easier life, but them people work hard. You don't think Beyonce works hard as fuck? She works hard. Do you know that she has to do rehearsal? She got to be in the gym. She got to eat right. She got to maintain an image. That's hard work. She probably putting in more discipline and work than the average person going to a 9-to-5 job. Same thing with Michael Jackson. He put in work, and he would never allow just anybody to be his background dancers, from what I read years ago or what I heard. They got to be perfect because the average person will criticize them for the smallest thing. The smallest thing. And the reason why I know is because the average person always criticizing me for anything. If I gain 1 pound, I'm not even a celebrity yet. If I gain 1 pound, it's like, oh no, you're not on point. And they can be just, and I'm not saying that I'm on point, because I know I'm not nowhere near close to being on point right now, but I do got a level of sense and a level of direction. You know what I'm saying? I do see it for myself in the future to get better. Okay? And I do feel like anybody can really just do their best. If I could work as hard as I do, like I've always said, if I could work as hard as I do, and and I don't get a lot of like praise or a lot of like things to show for it, I know if a person put in the same effort as me, they could do way better. Okay? And I'm not putting myself down. I just know. I honestly know that the average person could do way better than me. With all the sabotage attempts that I've had and people wishing bad on me and they don't even know me and stuff, I be looking at people like, that's amazing. That must be amazing to not have everybody, or it seems like the world against you. That must be amazing. So, you know what I'm saying? But, I just wish that people, I think we all need haters to a certain degree, because life would just be, it wouldn't be as fun if you didn't have haters. Everybody need haters, but I do think that people can be extremely harsh and mean and cruel to celebrities, and people are mean in general to people. People need to lighten up and ease up on people in general, because this world is getting harder and harder, or it has gotten harder, and I want it to be easier. Not super easy, not just completely easy where nobody challenges themselves, but easy enough. Life should never be this fucking hard. I don't care what nobody say. People say life's not fair, but it should be. It should be fair according to me. Okay? So anyway, my thing is that the average person just loves to hate on celebrities, and they get mad because they didn't make it in Hollywood. They probably try to go to Hollywood. Because I saw this girl, Me personally, I went to LA, not really Hollywood, but I tried to attempt to move to LA because of the beaches, the palm trees. I always wanted to go there, and of course to observe, Hollywood Boulevard. But I've never been desperate to be a celebrity either. Like I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do. I've always dreamed about being an actress too, but it's never been like just a lot of force. I'm not forcing myself to be a famous person. It's just not that important to me, okay? But there are people that would actually get on Greyhound buses and planes and go to Hollywood all dressed up and thinking that they were going to be this next star and stuff like that. Like I've seen a lot of people. That's why a lot of people end up homeless in LA too. And I remember I saw this one girl, she had went to the beach, Santa Monica. I was at the beach just enjoying myself one day, and I noticed that she was dressed up, and she had a suitcase, like one of them rolling suitcases. She was all dressed up. You could tell that she had barely just got there. And I really do think that she didn't know what she was getting herself into, and she wasn't prepared for it. And then she thought she was just going on a hope and a prayer with limited funds. And that's not what I was doing, despite popular belief. That's not what I was doing. I wasn't chasing nobody. I wasn't chasing really no fame, nothing. I was content with just working at the Beverly Center, putting up like things in front of the store. I was gonna do that, but the reason why I didn't get the job is because I was being too honest about my background, which I only had a misdemeanor, but I was honest about it. And hold up real quick, y'all. Okay, I was honest about the misdemeanor, and I didn't really have to tell him that because it was from Dallas, but I had an interview over the phone with this manager from Macy's at the Beverly Center, putting up stuff as a job to put up stuff, props and stuff in front of the store. And I was so honest with him that he was like, you know what, I really want to give you the job, and I will give you a second interview once you come here. But I would have done that if that's the only thing that, would not give you the job. If I wouldn't have told him, if I wouldn't have been so honest, I probably could have got the job. Okay? I probably could have really got that job, but I was trying to be honest, and I still try to be honest, y'all. I really do. I know that I'm not always honest and not always honest with myself, but I do try. I try to keep it real. I try to bring facts to the table, but sometimes you kind of got to give a white lie to protect yourself. This is just the world that we live in right now until it gets better. So I should have kind of told a white lie. I probably would have had a job once I got there. Okay? And another thing, too, I did have an interview modeling wedding dresses at one point, but I was too shy and scared. I've had a lot of job offers kind of like, close to the industry and stuff, and I wasn't really, my insecurity stopped me and my shyness. Anyway, I just wanted to make this video, y'all, and I hope you like it. I hope you like, comment, subscribe, share my video, hit the notification bell if you like, and I will see y'all in another video, my lotus flowers. And for my upcoming lotus flowers, welcome to my channel, and I will see y'all in another one. Peace. I'm out. Bye-bye.